let's talk about 3 jobs in the Army that I personally wouldn't want. What's going on, you guys? Erica Brittany finally coming back with another video, back from leave. So we'll talk about this little scar or whatever later on. But if you're new to this channel, I am Erica Brittany. I've been in the Army for about 9 years. So this is my personal opinion of the jobs I actually wouldn't want in the Army. Take it as you want because other people might have good experiences from it. Let me go. What the shit costs? With the 3 jobs that I chose, it was actually because I've talked to other people that have actually had this MOS and just talking about the negative and positive side. But that doesn't mean that they didn't like the job. It was just personally me, I just figured out that that wouldn't be the job that I personally would like because of those certain reasons they didn't like. Okay, it's been a few days and I forgot to vlog. What is one job that you wouldn't want in the Army? Which I probably am going to talk about later. Your personal opinion.
92 Gulf? 90, that's a cook, right? Because their hours suck.
You heard it here first.
The hours suck. You don't get weekends. They don't get holidays. They don't get 40, so they don't get the same
days we have off. What you eating there, girl?
Spam and rice.
Ayy.
This year, so.
So it's been a few days, so I'm gonna actually just finish off the video here and tell you those 3 MOSs that I personally wouldn't want to be. If these are your MOSs, don't take it personal. This is just me hearing from other people that had this MOS. I made this video and I was rambling way too much, so we're just gonna talk about here. So one of the jobs I wouldn't want to be is a cook, and the reason why is because of different hours that they have than regular soldiers do. So as you know, as a cook, you work in the DFAC, not all the time, but for the most part, you work in the DFAC. So you're working all these crazy hours, and when people are off, when they have their 4 days, whenever they go on holiday block leave, whatever the case may be, you don't have the same opportunity. You might be able to take the same time off as other soldiers do, but you'll have to coordinate with your team that you work with. So that's the main thing. But the positive things about being a cook is being able to work with other higher ups, especially with general officers, and becoming an enlisted aide. And becoming an enlisted aide is an amazing thing. I've been crossing paths with a lot of enlisted aides, and the way they are able to network after getting that job or being in that job is amazing. And also learning from that general officer or whoever you're with is a very good thing in the Army. And then also being a cook, there's also the Army cooking team, and I didn't know this until recently, until I actually went on a private plane, is that there's a cook that solely has learned everything with being a flight attendant, but also their MOS is a cook. They work on a private plane for all VIPs, which is an amazing thing. Number 2 is being an infantry soldier, and the reason why I don't want to be an infantry soldier is because me personally, I like being bougie. I like going home. I like showering. I like all that bougie stuff. That doesn't mean that I don't like training, because I do miss the training aspect. I do miss the camaraderie and all that stuff, but I just prefer being a little bit bougie. And regardless of soldiers calling you a poke or whatever it is when they're infantry, I mean, at the end of the day, I get paid the same. If for the same rank and all that stuff, we get paid the same way. But I just personally don't want to be it because of all the wear and tear of the infantry soldiers. But the great thing about infantry soldiers is that they know their crap. I've worked with a lot of infantry soldiers in my life, especially as a drill sergeant, and learning how their brain works and how their tactics is one of the main things I love about the infantry soldiers. And another thing is their camaraderie with the people that they work with, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, everything. It is so close knit. It's closer than any other MOS, to be honest. And that's one of the greatest things, is because you guys are going through the suck sometimes, but you're doing it together. And if you work with infantry soldiers before and actually like worked with them, not just seen them a little bit, you'll understand what I'm talking about when it comes to camaraderie and them having your back 24/7. And the very last one I'm going to talk about is CBRN. Yes, I am a chemical personnel. I am a chemical soldier, and it is one of the jobs that I personally don't prefer, and that's me saying that as being that person. I've been in the military again for 9 years. I've been in CBRN 9 years, but I haven't really done my job that much because I've been doing other special assignments. I just personally don't like it, and whenever I had to go back to school in order to get promoted for my MOS, it was just something that I realized like my heart, my head isn't into it. I studied, and it's just not something I really did. And I think it's because I haven't had the opportunity to be in a CBRN unit, and I don't really want the opportunity. Just because I've been doing all these special assignments and my head is somewhere else, and I've been working on other plans. So that's just one thing. But the positive things about being CBRN is the certification you get, hazmat and all that. It definitely can get you a 6-figure job outside of the Army. And then also being CBRN, if you're not doing much CBRN stuff at the unit that you're at, you actually get to learn other duties as well, which is why I have so much certification schools underneath the Army. But personally, if I had to go back, I probably still would choose CBRN, but now I know what it entails. But that's my personal opinion. So that's just my little video of the 3 jobs that I personally wouldn't choose, that other people might choose, that I obviously chose one of them. And no shade towards those MOSs, because some of the people that work in that MOS really do love it, and then some don't really like it. But if you're in the military or joining the military, what are your opinions about the jobs that you hear? If you want to be one, don't want to be one, whatever the case may be. If you want to know about MOS, go ahead and comment down below, and maybe we can collaborate with some of those MOSs, because I've been in the military for a while now, so I at least know one person in that MOS. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I got my head in the clouds, I don't wanna come down. I got 1, 2, 3 people down.